Hello BookTube, it's Ben here from the History Fellow channel again. I did a book tag yesterday, so I thought I'd do another one today. I haven't done any book tags for a few weeks now, so I thought I'd do a couple. I found this one on the Bookish channel. I think personally I find it a fantastic channel. If you haven't subscribed already to the Bookish channel, then I really think you should do. He's a really interesting fella. And this book tag is called The Last 10 Book Tags. The Last 10 Books tag, not book tags, put 10 books. But anyway, it's 10 questions, pretty much about books you've either bought, read, reread, not read, that sort of thing. So question 1, the last book you didn't finish was this little stonker of a book. This one here, nice thick read. It's called The Elizabethan Conquest of Ireland, written by James Charles Roy. It's a good book. The reason I didn't finish it is because I've been asked to review this book, but I suppose because I'm not totally as up on Elizabethan era history as I am other histories, I just found this book it's quite a dry read and not the easiest subject to get into, especially if Irish history is always quite complicated if you know your Irish history. I just found it a hard read. I started it about 4 weeks ago. Spent a few nights reading it and got onto about halfway through, and then I think I just needed a rest or found some other books. So I need to reread this, or certainly get it finished in the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks. So that'll be the book I haven't finished, but I will finish. The last book you reread. I think it was a book about Edward I and Wales, around 1254. Really good book. The reason I had to reread it was because obviously it's all about Wales and Welsh history. And I'm not totally up on the Welsh language and that. I still find some of the words and places and that a bit mystifying, or names a little confusing. And although I enjoyed the book, not fully being up with the language made me want to reread the book and kind of filter out some of the story and the characters. So if I were kind of rereading it, it kind of made it a bit more sense. So that's the one I reread recently, and that was Edward I and his time in Wales. I reread it again and it was really good, but trying to get your head around some of the Welsh names, some of the people of the time and the places, and of course all the maps that changed, and they've changed different counties and that sort of thing, so it sometimes gets a bit complicated. Number 3, the last book you bought was a while ago, actually. The last one I bought, it was about the American West, written by someone who actually lives in the next county from me, up in Ceredigion. I purely bought the book because it was about US history, but the author was obviously not an American, so I just wanted to read it from his viewpoint and what he had to say. So that was the last book I bought. Number 4, the last book you said you read but didn't. Well, I wouldn't claim to read a book, or I wouldn't claim to have read a book if I hadn't. I don't see the point in doing that. So every book I get, I do read and thoroughly enjoy most of them. Number 5, and actually number 5 I can combine with number 6 as well. The last book you wrote in the margins of, and number 6, the last book you had signed. Well, I've never had a book signed, and I don't really think you should. I would never write in a book, or when I was at university or at school, and you used to get a book out of the library and you'd find people you'd highlight a pen on it, or they'd underlined in ink pen underneath the lines. I just find that, well, personally I find it's wrong. You're disrespecting the book, and it just makes the whole book look tatty, and I always find they've never underlined the right bit either anyway. There's always more important things they should get out of the book. So no, I've never written in any of the books. Certainly not any books. Number 7, the last book you lost. I don't think I've lost any books. I can't think of one. No, to me books are important, so you should always look after them. So no, I don't think I've ever lost a book. Number 8, the last book you had to replace. I have had to replace Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee, about the plight of the indigenous Indians in the United States. Written by D. Brown, one of my favourite books. I think a couple of years ago the cat knocked the cup of coffee over it or something, and kind of got all the coffee over all the edges of the paper. So and plus I really like the book, so I've reread that book a number of times, so I was happy to buy another copy anyway. Number 9, the last book you had an argument over. I don't think I've ever had an argument really. I'm always happy to know other people's opinions of what they've thought of a book, whether they thought it was right or wrong, or something could have been done better or another way. I'm happy to hear everyone's opinion of books. As you know, I'll freely ask when I make my videos. People are can quite freely let me know their opinions below in the videos, and they often do. Sometimes I'll agree with them, and most of the time, I can't remember what I just said. Mostly I'll agree with them, and some of them I won't, and there you go. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. So I don't think I've ever got into much of an argument with anyone. And finally, the last question, the last book you couldn't get hold of. Actually, it was this one. I did manage to get hold of it. This one here, called by Richard Van Emden. It's called Boy Soldiers of the Great War. Nice chunky book, full of diary extracts, letters. Just clean a bit of dirt off there. Yeah, the book's full of diary extracts, letters, text of various young soldiers who fought in the Great War, and it started out really good. I've only just started the book, but I've read a couple of people who said it was a really good book and a really good read, and I really wanted to read it. And of course, I got sent the offer to read it, and for some reason I thought I'd declined the offer. And so of course I'm thinking, oh no, why on earth have I done that? You know, I really like that type of book. Why have I declined it? And then luckily, a few days ago in the post it came, and I'm more than happy to read it, and thoroughly looking forward to completing the book. But I did think I'd lost out on that book. But anyway, that's 10 questions. If you've enjoyed the book tag, maybe you should give it a go as well. Tag me in and I'll happily watch your video, and I look forward to seeing what you think as well. If you've got any comments, you can drop them below in this video, or give it a thumbs up. A thumbs up always helps all the booktubers out, and we should do it more. And if you haven't subscribed already to the channel, then please do. And I'd like to say thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you very soon with another video.